All right, guys, this is me again. This is Emmett Alpha Builders. I haven't been over here, I haven't been uploading anything lately because my windows haven't showed up yet. There's no need. I mean, I'm stuck like a duck on this right here, man, because the guys they gave me 2 dates. Um, well, actually, they gave me 3 dates, and now this is becoming unacceptable. Now at this point, I might need to go up the chain to figure out what the world is going on because this right here is costing me money. It's costing me money because, number one, the homeowner's having to pay interest on this thing right here, and that is a problem. That's a problem with the homeowner having to pay interest on this right here. Y'all do understand how that interest work, right? Y'all understand? Anybody at home, y'all understand how interest work when you're building a house? When you building anything and you have to get a loan from a bank, the money that you borrow to do the construction project. So every time you do a portion of the construction project, the bank sent an inspector out there and they check off on what you have got completed. So when you get the foundation done, they check off and the bank will allocate a certain amount of money. They do what they call a draw. They release. So let's just say, for instance, the loan is $600,000, right? And let's just say, for instance, the bank said that the foundation is I don't know, 10%. Okay. So the bank released $60,000 for the foundation. Does that make sense? And they'll make that available for me after they see the foundation is in. Okay. After they see that foundation is in. So yeah, I gotta be able to foot this bill until I get my draw. Now we kind of break it up into footings. They give me a certain percentage of footing, so it ain't. I don't have to come up with 30,000. I can come up with 10,000 at least. So now, once those draws are made, say that we do the foundation and I get $60,000. I got the foundation in. I get $60,000. I pull $6,000 from the bank, right? With that $60,000 during the progress of the home, the homeowner have to pay interest on that $60,000. Does that make sense? Which on $60,000, you may be looking at, I don't know, $20 because they do it over 30 years. But it accrues daily. So a month, maybe $25 a month. That's still costing them. It's costing our time. See, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's costing them money, almost to the tune of $30, $40 a day, which is unacceptable, man. So they're gonna have to figure something out. But I'm in a day, not a month. So I'm gonna have to go up the chain because the problem is if you give me 3 dates, it gets to a point to where, guys, you ask yourself, where does this stop? Where does this stop? And we gotta figure that out. All right, so we got one. All right, so next agenda here, guys, is some of the mechanical guys are here. They knocking their stuff out today. Good. But we ran into a situation where we got a dryer vent that needs to go here. So what I'm gonna do is I talk to the wash is gonna go here. So and I gotta see where the dryer vent is gonna go. I think the dryer vent is gonna go right here. Let's see. So you're gonna take your clothes out the washer and you put it into the dryer. That's typically the way. So the dryer vent needs to go right here. So what we can do, all right, here's the way the code reads, guys. Here's the way the code reads. This right here is a 2x4 wall, which means that this right here, the thickness of this right here is not 4 inches, it's 2.5 inches. I'm sorry, it's 3.5 inches. The dryer vent is 4 inches. The pipe, but the way the code reads, the piping for the dryer vent is 4 inches. Okay. So you're trying to squish that into a 3.5 inch, which means you got a 1/2 inch off, right? So that means the only way it'll work if you squish it down and the dryer vent kind of get compressed a little bit. Does that make sense? And so the code says that the dryer vent can't be deformed. So you go through the code. So guys, and I advise you guys, let's just look at this right here, guys. You guys need to make sure that you guys, and guys, the code is actually free online. So you can go right here. You can say IRC, let me see, IRC 2021. There we go right there. Let me see. So you can pull up the code. You can hit it right here. Then you guys can, I would go down here until I find mechanical. See, that's mechanical right here. So you got mechanical systems. Then you have exhaust. So the drive vent is going to be an exhaust system. So it's going to be right here. Does that make sense? Let me, so exhaust system. So I'm going to hit right here. Oh, shucks. Exhaust system, general clothes dryer, exhaust. So there we go right there. So we're going to, let me just hit right here. So this right here tells me everything that I need to know about the drive in. And it tells me that, let me see, it says outdoor discharge, clothes dryer exhaust. Clothes dryer exhaust should be exhausted according to manufacturers, whatever. All right. Staying right here, keep doing that. Duct installation. Exhaust duct should be supported at intervals of 12 feet. So at 12 feet, you got to have some kind of support. Ducts should not join similar where exhaust ducts are enclosed ceiling. No, that's not. I didn't thought I saw it, man. It was real easy when I saw it the first time. Where is this sucker at? Dry exhaust duct should conform with, yeah, this is it. Dry exhaust duct. The dry exhaust duct ventilation duct length, specified length, dry length, exhaust duct required. I forgot where it was, man. I looked at it earlier, guys. I had it in my system earlier, but it said that it can't be squished. So now I checked that code when my mechanical guy called me and told me that the guy wasn't going to pass him because of that. So I went back and checked the code. Then I called the inspector and I said, "Hey, why don't we do this right here and see if this right here works?" So I had a fix for it. This is, that you can't deform the vent to fit in the wall. So that means that if you have a 4-inch pipe, you have to squish that just a little bit. And that is unacceptable. But now what you can do, so really you want really ideal would be to have a 2x6 wall. So now we have two options here. And these are things, guys, really, the better you become a builder, the better you do this right here and the more you know. I could have had that plan designer to make this wall out of 2x6s instead of 2x4s. And we wouldn't have had this problem. See, and that we would have had that knocked out the way on the front end. This never would have been a problem. And that would have been on the plan design. We can fur this right here out a little bit. We can fur this whole wall out. Y'all know what I mean when I say fur something out? What do I mean when I say fur something out?
Talking about add fur strips to each stud.
Yeah, add about 2.5. Just how y'all remember we talk about ripping studs. So you rip that stud about 2.5 inches and then just nail that to the back of this right here. Now the wall is bigger. See what I'm saying? I guess I'm talking about right. Which means that we would have to move this right here out a little. This right here had to move out a little bit. That'll have to move out a little bit. Well, the electrical is not a problem. Furring this wall out, so we can bring this wall out another 2 inches. But that means the plumber had to come back, which the only thing he had to do. I'm thinking about take this out. I can just move this out maybe 2 inches. It's not going to hurt anything. No, that won't hurt anything. That won't hurt anything. If I move these clips right here, that shouldn't hurt anything. So that is an option. That's an option to do. Another option would be to find out where he needs to run that vent. If the vent is going to go right here or right here, we can drill a hole right there and we can fur just this little portion right here out just a little bit. Go all the way down here, just fur that out. and just it'll go all the way up, but you in the garage, guys. I don't see. I think that's your best option. Why is that option? I said that's the best option. Looking at this picture right here, why is that probably not the best option? Right there. Looking at this picture, why, I could fur out on the inside, I could fur out on the outside where the garage is. Why is it probably not a good option to fur outside, just fur outside of the garage? Why is that probably not a good idea? I thought about it. I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Can anybody think? Y'all looking at that picture, can you guys think? It's not illegal yet. This is right here, that rim board right there. If I fur out this way, that means that pipe, I'm going to cut through that board right there. I really don't want to do that. And that's why. I don't want to have to cut, I don't want to cut through that whole board right there. Take away 2 inches out of this. This laundry room is already small enough. I really take it out of this right here garage. This is a nice size garage. I thought about it, I came back like, all right. These guys in here, man, they putting the duct work in, man. Tell you what, these guys are good, man. They're putting things in, man, and make it look good. This is just a real sharp. It's just real sharp contractors, man. These I had to give it to them. They make things. Their stuff looks really cool. There's something else too, guys, on those ducts that they got coming out the floor. I'm not saying it because the glass and he's on there. So on those ducts, I got a seal around those ducts too. That's way looks good. I would pay extra for this right here. So that so running the duct work. Pretty too. This is a pretty job. Running gas. And I'll tell you what, man, this is beautiful. Look how pretty that is. Yeah. This is beautiful. Man, you can't beat that, man. That's just nice round pipes. When you have round pipes, guys, and you have metal pipes, that doesn't. You ever seen y'all know how that y'all have that? Y'all go in y'all house, y'all have the duct board. It's like that board stuff. Have y'all seen that? It ain't metal. It's like what I'm talking about. It's like fiberglass or some foam boards. Well, those create friction. You guys know what I'm talking about. It looks like this right here. Some of you guys may have in your house, you may have what they call duct boards. Look like this right here. This stuff right here in your house. Look like this. Y'all don't have this in your house? Kind of insulation. What kind of yeah, y'all don't have this right here in your house? These things right here in your house? Yeah. Is that in y'all house or y'all have metal duct? Y'all know what kind of duct y'all have? So that's duct board, guys. So this is typically what they're gonna run. They're gonna run this right here stuff. And the reason they're gonna run that is cheaper. You don't have to have a metal shop to make it and stuff like that. You can just do it like this right here and take that stuff together. But the problem is on the inside of this right here, it has a lot of friction. So when air is trying to flow through there, it's gonna get caught up in the friction. And not only that, you're gonna get a lot of like pollen and dirt and dust and stuff like that caught into the ductwork. Does that make sense? And then that way, that stuff now I got to get filtered and stuff like that. It's not as good as what these guys are doing right here, man. These guys, this right here is metal duct. And they insulating the outside of it with the fiber. Okay, well, man. Hey, man, I'm not just saying that because y'all in here now. I go ahead and tell you, I put the truth on you, man. Guys, I haven't ever had duct work ran like this right here before, man.
Tell you what, we talked like Roger.
Yeah, this is pretty, man. I mean, it's just, and then the solid pipe, man, you can't beat it, man. This is, and then you got your, oh man, this is pretty.
Look how good once we get outside.
Yeah, man, you just see how everything just kind of branch out, man. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna fur this area down. They take a little longer, man. Gotta have they really did a good job. Yeah. So we're gonna fire rate this right here about 1 hour. Huh? When you're doing a house, we don't tell them how to do it. Now, if that was commercial job site, that mechanical guy is going to have a plan at how that duct work is going to look. They're going to tell him everything he needs to do, how to run this, how to design this right here. Everything is going to be figured out on the front end. When you're doing a house, they're not going to do that. They're just going to, that's what these guys got to know their stuff. They got to run a manual J load calculation and have all that stuff figured out. Okay. And they're gonna do at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they call a duct blaster test. So they're gonna pressurize this system here before we start covering up to make sure. Well, we're gonna cover it up in the garage area, but everything else is gonna be open. So we could potentially find leaks if there's a problem. Okay, but it has to meet a certain amount. If it don't meet that, because you can't have a lot of leakage in that ductwork. If these guys didn't put that ductwork up right and it's leaky, it's not going to pass the test, and I won't be able to get a certificate of occupancy. So that's where you sheet rock. Yeah, guys, this is good. Man, look at that. See how this right here go here. Guys, we're gonna bring this right here is just a room partition, guys. This has no load on it whatsoever. So we can do this right here. We can keep this door in the same place. Framers will come back and take care of all this right here. Now the framer's not gonna do anything past this area right here. They're gonna leave this open. The homeowners are gonna come back later on, and they're gonna finish this out himself. And the only thing I have to finish out is this right here, guys. Tell you what, man. Yes, you can prove that, man. Let's get it, man. When you guys see this kind of stuff, that's what we got, guys. I came out here, guys, and it's 5-4 too, man. So, guys, this is another product, man, that a lot of people don't know about. This is called 5-4. Do you guys know the R value on this 5-4? What's it like?
It's so this has a rating of R8.
Yeah, that's right.
We're using R6 Flex since it's being covered.
That's right. So. And because I used to use this right here back in the day to do what we did in the attic. You know how they want the rigid attics. I used to have to do that right there. That was an easier way to do it. But that's some good stuff, man.
It is basically depending on the R value of this. I don't know if you know or not. It's that air gap. So like if we were to do more of a air gap in between the duct and the outer side of the wrap duct, you can increase the R value as much as you want.
Oh wow!
The air gap.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. And then we're gonna insulate the floor of all of this right here. So we're gonna insulate them in. And we're
covering it up.
Yeah. No, this looks good, man. This is this is nice, tight job, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. So this is guys. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. God, I'll tell you what, man. Probably what I'm gonna do. You know, man, when you get contractors like this right here, man, you just hold on to them. You hold on to them, man, and make sure you schedule them. You schedule these guys right too, man. But guys, all of this right here looks good, and I imagine these guys are gonna cover these up. So during construction, we don't get a lot of sheetrock debris in them. So you want a good solid system, man. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something else, man. When you're running round pipe or just metal duct work, man, there's no friction. So that's a good thing. So we do know that my cure for this right here, we're gonna fur out this wall right here. All right. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Well, that wasn't my fix. My fix was this. Let me see if I. All right, so the verdict, it's gonna be this right here, guys. So what we're gonna do is I drew a circle. This is what we're gonna do right here. And the purpose of this right here is because I want to kind of be consistent with these guys. There's a, I don't want to hit this right here too much. I mean, we're gonna hit it a little bit. I like that right there being there. So I'm gonna fur out this little area right here, just a little box right here. For the and we just fur around it. It's over in the corner. I was gonna go on the outside, but I think the inside is not, it's not bad. Got a solution on that, man. Guys, the name of the game is solution. Yeah. See, I didn't think of that. I mean, well, I thought of that instead of, see, my HVAC guy, he told me what the problem is, and as a builder, solution. You know, you got to be able to think through this kind of stuff, guys. Are there any questions, guys? Anybody got questions at home? You guys good? All right, next one. You guys sure y'all good? All right. I was trying to get those ladies triggered yesterday, man. You guys didn't let me get them triggered, man. You guys didn't ask enough questions, man. So I got this right here, guys. And you guys at home, man, don't feel free to jump in, man, and ask questions and stuff. So this right here, let me see if I can hear this right. So this is the job site that we at, guys. Scheduling. This is me and my son out here, man. So we're gonna pour this footing tomorrow. Guys, this is Emmett again. I'm builder. I see I'm at it. We're doing a couple more things. All right, so guys, I gotta get hold on a second, man. That's the high this thing will go. Man.
Did you rip your pants putting your leg up on that block?
No, man, those things was already ripped when I got there. One of I think I ripped them when I was trying to put them in. I was trying to get in them, and my shoe hit part of it and ripped it. Yeah.
I thought you were just trying to pose for the camera.
Today, don't get so far back, man. I want you to maybe this from here up. They got a AI thing that would allow you to I don't have to have a cameraman. Thing that follows you around and follows.
I guess they took cameramen out of the game too.
Huh?
I guess they took cameramen out the game too.
They're taking everybody out of the game. All right, but guys, today we're supposed to pour. And I kind of had an inkling that this right here was going to happen because I was looking at showing the slope right here, man. We was talking about this right here. And I just figured, I'm always being optimistic, but I figured that the concrete truck could back right down here. And they could pull everything over here. But obviously the guys who came out to do the work are not the guys who scheduled. They're not the owners of the company. So the owners or somebody should have relayed the message and said that, hey, those trucks not going to be able to get down here. And I can tell you, I probably should have been able to look at this right here and tell I was going to call my truck guy, my concrete truck salesman, and have him to come out here and look at the site and see if we can get the trucks down in here. And they usually let me know, but I just didn't get around to it, guys. I kind of left it up to these guys. I was being optimistic. Hopefully we don't have to need a line truck, which cost you another $1,000 just worth the sake. But on the day of, those guys let me know that they're going to need a line truck. Okay. So these are things that we can figure out on the front end because that's a lot of scheduling, guys. That's a lot of scheduling. Good thing we got the inspections out the way, but you got to imagine trying to schedule the concrete workers, trying to make sure the inspection get off, because a lot of times they try to do it the same day. We luckily got that all off. Then you got to schedule the line truck. Then you got to schedule the concrete guys. And the weather have to be on point. So you can't have no rain and stuff like that. So there are 5 different things. That's why it's very stressful when you're doing these foundations and footings and stuff. So that becomes a nightmare too, guys. And so just trying to get all that stuff orchestrated, it's good to have just a lock and key concrete guy who can handle all that stuff for you, and the builder can go on about his business. He just pay you to get stuff done. But these guys not like that because they don't like accountability. Because if somebody don't show up, there's going to be a lot of money somebody going to eat. If the line truck shows up and the concrete don't show up, you still going to lose money because they're going to charge you a minimum just for the line truck being out here, even though no concrete is being poured. If the concrete shows up and there's no line truck, and the line truck, if that didn't show up, then you got to eat that concrete too. You see how this goes? And so the concrete guys on the other side, they don't like that accountability. They don't like to have to eat stuff like that. So they get out of the scheduling side of it. That is the problem. So we get out here the day of, and now we got to push it back to Wednesday, which is 2 days out, because I had to schedule the line truck. I just went on here to schedule the line truck and schedule the concrete and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just see how it is. And then you saw when I was calling the line people, there's a certain time you can call them. I'm sorry, there's a certain time you can call the concrete trucks to have them to come out. They can't come out past 12 o'clock. So now you got to shift it. You see how the schedule, it's a headache, man. But here's what we got, guys. Come on here. So, a couple more things going on, guys. We talk about the code, right? As you guys see right here, we got some 6 mil plastic. Let me get this concrete guy. Concrete, well, the concrete pump people, they're actually cheaper. They were actually cheaper than other guys. So, well, I had an account, guys. I'm gonna tell you something else, guys. You got to have an account with these concrete places. If you don't have an account, you're probably going to be another 50 yards higher. I meant $50 on everything you do. higher. So that's why, I have an account with the pump people and the concrete people, and they keep you, they keep your costs down because you constantly giving them business. But you guys see right here, so we got 6 mil plastic up under the rebar chairs. This is when we got into a code thing, man, and I didn't, and this is a situation where I have to admit there is a gray area in the code.
Them things on the
It's
side.
kind of gray, so I can't beat Birmingham up on this one.
I hadn't tied them in yet.
There's a gray area in the code, although Birmingham is one of the few municipalities that interpret this code like
I
that.
put the code.
And what the code says is that the rebar itself, and I referenced the code on the YouTube when I put it out. I referenced the code, put it up. I said you can see
It's
it.
this code right here, right there. You guys got to get in that code.
But it
That's when you
says
be ahead
that
of
the
the curve.
rebar, the reinforcement of the rebar in the footing cannot come in contact with the ground, right? And the reason for that, guys, you always want to look at the intent of that code. The intent of the code is to say that you don't need the ground touching the rebar because moisture get in there, and if moisture gets in there, it may cause the rebar to corrode. They take 20 years or 30 years for it to corrode, but they saying that it will corrode, and that is the problem. Now, Birmingham interprets that as since the rebar is touching the rebar chairs, and the rebar chairs are in contact with the ground, then the rebar is in contact with the ground. So that's how I get it, man. But everybody else, they interpret it as the rebar itself cannot come in contact with the ground.
Does that make sense, guys? Y'all make sense?
I get it, guys. But now, just for everybody else, typically when you get rebar chairs, the rebar chairs are zinc coated with an oil on it. That pretty much gets rid of most of your corrosion that's going to happen. Another thing, guys, when you pour the concrete itself is alkaline. And since it's alkaline instead of basic or acidic, it doesn't corrode. So that takes away the corrosion. So the rebar chairs, really, to be honest with you, if you put them on the ground contact, there probably won't be much of a problem. Although I see how they interpret the code. Now, when I talked to the Birmingham, Clay talked to the Birmingham inspector. He said that that's part of their ordinance. There was an all-out ordinance that they did on that. And they probably got more building going on in Birmingham than anybody else. Well, they got more older buildings. And more older buildings, they probably was able to look and see the failure, because I don't think anybody went in and dug up
footings on these older buildings just to see, see how the rebar. They weren't even doing rebar back then. Couldn't think, but they weren't even doing rebar back in the day for
I
rebar.
just
Matter of
thought
fact,
about it, man. They
in Alabama, you don't even need rebar in your footings. This is
didn't even have
this
a
is
code.
something
They
that's
weren't even
new.
off the code book.
You put rebar in the
Book
footing.
came in
They didn't
1990.
need that back then.
So they didn't have that, man.
So, but hey, man, I didn't feel like going back and forth with this guy, man. He actually signed
yeah,
a
they
permit
just
card.
went up with
Good
it.
on
They
that.
probably didn't get
But he
this
said,
thing.
hey, take some pictures of this right here. I took some pictures of it. Didn't take me much time to do it. I'd hate doing stuff like this right here. Just to appease somebody. That's how I feel. But if he says part of the ordinance, I got to do it. So it is what
I'd
it
be
is.
going on a tangent, man. I
So,
got to stop.
Now,
man.
let me tell you something good out of this right here, though, guys. Really. You know what's really, really good if most builders can do? Just go ahead and put poly all the way in the footing and connect with the slab. That's actually it costs you more money, but it's actually a good method to do. And the reason that it's a good method to do is because concrete is porous and moisture can wick through the footings and get inside of the house. So that's something to think about too, guys. So this we got, and we also, so me and Mac, so I came out and put that in first, and then me and Matt came out. We took some of this rebar. The guy's gonna have to tie it in. That's why I don't like this right here, because I had to cut some rebar. They want those sparks to mess up my nice alpha. What is this right here?
Dirty?
Yeah, this right here is a what they call them things. This
Please?
what's that back there? North Phase.
No,
North Phase. All right, so we're gonna get some rebar tied up. So by Wednesday we'll have all that tied up. So all the guys need to come in here and do their thing, man. So we're gonna do so we cut those and put them in the corners, man, and that ought to take care of everything I need done. And guys, we're gonna do we're gonna get a line truck. That line truck is gonna come out here. You guys ever seen a line truck? These guys is a hose. It's like maybe a 2.5-inch hose, but it's heavy too, man. So they'll bring it out here and they'll pump it.
Take about 2 or 3
They'll
guys.
pump it in. They just pump the footing in. Come here and just pump it in, just like a garden hose or something. Here's another thing. Man, hey guys, it's good to be an instructor because my class came out here and we were talking about this right here. Thanks, Chris. By the way, if you look at this video, Chris, thanks, man. He reminded me, hey man, you got to get a pipe. You got to get a sleeve. You're missing a sleeve out here, man, for your septic tank. He saw the septic tank and he said, you need a sleeve to go through that. He said, ain't you going to have a sleeve to go in that foot? I said, man, you're absolutely right. Guys, you better make a list of all the items that you need to do on the front end when you build it. That's what my software is going to do, guys. By the way, it's called Octane. Octane software. We're still in the beginning phases. I'm still testing and stuff like that. So I got a couple more months before I really just release it. But guys, the software is going to help you keep you organized. Hey, where is do you need a sleeve? Do you need this? Do you need that? Do you need this? As you go through the process, or as you do your I
linked it up with AI.
itemization and estimation, and then as you go through the process, when you put things in, when you got your actual and your costs and all that kind of stuff, it balances everything out. But as you go through the process, it's gonna remind you of certain things, man, so you can remember to do these type of things. So these things don't get, because this right here actually saves about $600, because if you got that footing in here, you got to have a positive fall down here to go to that tank. So the slab plumbing got to go in here. And if that's not there, your plumber's going to have to bore through that footing, which I don't like because now the footings may crack quicker. But you put this pipe here down inside the footing and then make sure you have positive fall to get to the septic tank. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put a little dot on here so y'all know, so the guys know where to place the pipe. Now, this is a 6-inch pipe. You can only get them at Lowe's. You can't get them at Home Depot. I figured that one out. The 6-inch pipe. And guys, the pipe needs to be one pipe size larger than the actual pipe that's going in there. Now, the actual pipe don't have to be, I probably could have got away with a 4-inch pipe because the size of this house, we only need a 3-inch pipe as you drop. This right here is I just did a 6-inch pipe because you just never know. The plumber actually requested that, so I put that in there. That's an $81 pipe, by the way. Matt, you got anything?
Good.
Everything makes sense?
Yeah.
Man, you know we was finna hit rock over there?
Yeah, you told me.
Well, that would have been a disaster for me, man. I'd have lost all kind of money fooling around with that rock. But listen right here, man. This little old house. All right, man. You guys like, share, subscribe.
What y'all think, guys? There's a lot to this stuff, man. I think you gotta have a strong stomach to go out here and do this stuff, man. So I'm closing on this house Friday, guys.
Come out there for the 2050 school.
No, he did. He signed off on it. So this is the one I'm closing on. Let me see if I can find it bad boy. Gotta get. Let's see. So we fix to start this from right here up. Guys, I hadn't done a spec in about 5 years, man. And so this is gonna be a game changer for me. But I've already got so I got a good real estate agent. I think we'll be okay. I think I can get it sold before I finish it. So this is the house right here. So I think I showed you guys this right here. I'm gonna reverse it though. So we're gonna reverse this house right here. So that is right there. The bad boy right there. I think that's gonna be a pretty house, man.
Steep house,
Huh?
steep.
What do you mean? What's the roof? That roof pitch is that's probably so you got 12, 12. That's not bad. Yeah, 12, not bad. That's kind of standard now. But now my house, my personal house got 15, 12. It's really, yeah, man, it's almost straight up and down. But I tell you, man, it's so you could but you want to move that water as quickly as possible. But even when you get back here, man, we got 412. So I may have to put some but that's not 212, so that's not bad.
Does that mean it goes up 4 feet for every 12 feet of length?
For every 12 feet, it rises 4 feet for 412. 12 for every 12 feet, it rises 12 feet.
Okay.
612 for every 12 feet, you rise 6 feet. 612 is really was standard. That was the standard. Now hold on, this right here, I bet you this right here is they're not giving it's not giving me the pitch on this right here. He's not giving me the pitch on that one. There we go, right there. Yeah, there we go. See that the front? Where the front at? Let's try to get this. Yeah, there we go. 1612. There you go right there, man. So 1612. These two, I knew those pitches were these are 1612 pitch. This guy and that guy. So right there in the front, right there. Yeah, right there in the front. That's even more. So that guy right there is 1612. You got to almost lay down on that to put shingles on that one, buddy. So we'll start that one probably next month, man. Hopefully we can get a chance to do a couple of we get a chance to do a couple of what they call it, field trips over there. All right, guys. I think that's it for me for today. What we got here? 4:30? Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys on
Hey, Miss Starwood,
Hit me.
who you voting for?
I'm not voting, man. See that? Hey, Jeremiah, also send me your email. Shoot your email.
I told mine ain't working right now. I got to go to Verizon and get it fixed tomorrow.
Your email?
Yeah.
Do you have a particular email that you normally use? What about your school email?
I'll send you the one I usually use, and I'll go get it fixed tomorrow.
Okay, shoot it to me then. I just need to have something to send to these people.
All right.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good one.